Hello students, welcome to class today. I have a very good Olympiad question displayed on the screen and I want to show you a very interesting thing to do to solve this question. So kindly follow and learn. Solution now. What can I actually do to simplify and solve this question? Now the first trick is you see this right hand side. Make sure you express it as a single number factorial, not the three of them. And once you do this, I promise you everything becomes so easy. So that is our first responsibility. So let's try and see what we can do with it. Now, I have 7 factorial, 5 factorial, and 3 factorial. Okay? So let me start with the 7 factorial. Now, the 7 factorial can actually be expressed. Now, but before you express it, let me show you how you can express it. Now, you see, once you have n factorial is expressed as n into n minus 1 into n minus 2, and so it goes on. But once you have a number, it terminates at 1, so that 7 factorial will be 7 times 6. Can you see it's reduced by 1 now? Okay, times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. So I've succeeded in expressing 7 factorial. So let me pick 5 factorial, the same method. This is going to be 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. I'm done with this aspect. So let me go to 3 factorial. I'm going to have 3 times 2 times 1. Now, since I have this, recall we want to express it as a single number factorial. So what do I do next? Now listen. To express a number factorial like the one on the screen, you see, is in a kind of descending order. But you see, for the sake of our work, we are going to make it in ascending order so that it will be very okay for us to actually work it out. So what do I mean? You see, this, I have this already. Okay, this is a complete set of numbers for a factorial. So instead, I'm going to start with 1, that is in ascending order now. So I'm going to start with 1 times 2 times 3 times 4 times 5 times 6 times 7. Recall I said we want to make it to be a single number factorial. So I'm done with that. Now what is left for us will be from the other two, which is 5 factorial and 3 factorial, where I'm going to have 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 3 times 2. If you see, I didn't include this one and I never included this one. Now, even this was already captured in the first one, okay? So I don't really have problem with that. So this is what I have. Now listen, but if you check, the factorial thing is in ascending order, it's in a particular order. If you check, the next thing I need is 8. How can I have 8 after 7? That is 7 times 8 now, since it's in ascending order. This is what you need to know. Do you know that these 4, okay, and 2, when they are multiplied together, it gives 8? Since it gives 8, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to have 1 times 2 times 3 times 4 times 5 times 6 times 7. Then I'll have times 8. So that what will be left will be 5 times 3 times 3, then times 2. I'm moving now. Now, after 8, what do you have? You have 9. So why not? Let me have 3 times 3. Okay, these 2 will give me 9. Then I will now have 1 times 2 times 3 times 4 times 5 times 6 times 7 times 8 times 9. Then what is left will be just 5 times 2, which is perfect because the next number is 10. Hence, what I'm going to have now will be 1 times 2 times 3 times 4 times 5 times 6 times 7, 8, then times 9, then times 10. I've done it. Now, looking at it from this angle, coming down, that is in descending order now, you agree with me that everything will fit in to 10 factorial. Hence, we can conclude that 7 factorial, 5 factorial, 3 factorial, all is the same as 10 factorial because I actually combine them. So you can see now that I've made it to be a single digit factorial. But recall, let me show you. It is n minus 10 factorial that is equals to 7 factorial, 5 factorial, then 3 factorial. Hence, I will now come down here and say that n minus 10 factorial is equals to 10 factorial. That is instead. Now, of course, by comparison now, you can now find out that n minus 10 must be equals to what? 10. So I can now come down to say n minus 10 is equals to 10. So n is equals to 10 plus 10. So my n is 20. That is a solution. That is our final answer. I want to believe you enjoyed this video. I want to believe you've learned a lot. So please subscribe for more interesting videos.